Moses, we could be seeing some changes to the AJHL come next season.
Yeah, just a few things. They had their AJHL annual meeting over the weekend, kind of had to finalize a few things, and the schedule was one they also came up with as well. Now, the AJHL held its annual meeting, like we said, just over the weekend. The GMs, coaches, and owners all finalizing the schedule and implementing those changes, one of which is reducing the amount of 20-year-olds on a roster from 9 players to 6. Bobcats Governor Bryan Morrison says there are benefits to the change.
Makes the whole league younger, and we can utilize those 17-year-olds on a roster spot.
Another change to this year is the length of minimum suspensions, the goal to eliminate dirty play.
If you have 3 checking from behinds, minor penalties, you get an additional 3-game suspension. That goes for boarding. So any of the cheap shots from behind, the referee in the past would go, well, that's a check from behind, we don't really want to call it, we'll go with the boarding call. Now it doesn't matter which call they go with, really. The kid's still going to, after 3, they're saying you're a repeat offender, then you're going to be sit for 3 games.
The league has also lowered the fighting supplement from 6 fights to 5, meaning a player can be suspended after that 5th fight. The tentative schedule also announced the Bobcats league opener will be played on September 7th and their home opener on the 8th against the rivals Bonnyville Pontiacs. This season will end in early March. The playoffs will begin in March 5th. Other noteworthy dates include the return of former head coach of the Bobcats, Bryan in early 2013, and the Hockey Day matchup in February. Not set in stone, but it sounds like a rival within our area will be participating in that one. So yeah, you could kind of figure out who that was. Well, meanwhile, the games were rained out in the North Saskatchewan Baseball League, and last week it was a tough time for the Expos. They got back to the diamond against the Standard Hill Lakers. The Lakers would take a 2-0 lead early in this game, but the Expos opened up the floodgates, scoring 14 unanswered runs, including 9 in the 4th inning, taking advantage of Laker mistakes. They would go on to win 14-3 for their first win of the season.
It's tough for us off the start. They scored 2 runs in the first there, which really put us behind. And you know, we've had a tough run the last year and a half, so we were all, you know, fairly nervous. But answered back with 3 in the first to get up there, and Nate held strong. Our starting pitching was excellent again tonight. So yeah, and we bounced back, like you said there, and scored some runs later in the game, and really, you know, gave ourselves a cushion, which was nice. So.
Some more NSRBL action tonight. St. Walburg Reds taking on the Lloydminster Twins. The other Lloydminster team, the Blue Jays, hosting the Mervyn Flyers. Meanwhile, the Lloydminster under-14 Blues softball team were in North Battleford. The Blues met the North Battleford Bandits in the final and claimed the title with a convincing 15-0 win. The Blues bats certainly came alive for this contest. Next up is a trip to Red Deer for both the U14s and U12s. The U16 Blues will make their tournament debut in Edmonton. Now, last week's Hockey Day in Canada announcement was a proud moment for the border city, and the mayor received plenty of phone calls and emails congratulating him and the city.
I had Scott Hartnell call me at home Friday night. He was in Hawaii. Yeah, we had a telephone conversation. He was excited that his video clip could have helped us out and that his presence in the NHL helped us out. Past players I've spoken with, some of the people who reside here who used to play in the NHL, all very excited.
I guess it's safe to say the mayor would be excited as well. Last Friday, Lloydminster again announced as the host for the 2013 Hockey Day in Canada, beating out Medicine Hat. The mayor told media this week there will be a new project manager position specifically for the event.
This is a very compressed time window. There's a lot to be done. And while staff can play a role in supporting, and the board and chair, and if that includes myself in that role, we can be involved in. Somebody's got to get up every day and have no other diversions except that as their priority so that we can reinforce that we are a world-class event host.